So, what's up guys, G here, and welcome back to the channel. We're kicking off 2025, and as always, the tech landscape is moving at a blistering pace. Our smartphones, these supercomputers in our pockets, are more powerful and more integrated into our lives than ever before. But with that evolution comes a darker side. The methods hackers and malicious actors are evolving too. Smarter, more sophisticated, and honestly, a little bit scary. This video is for educational and awareness purposes only. Think of it as a digital self-defense class. Knowledge is your best shield against these kinds of threats. So, with that said, let's get into the 10 mobile hacks you absolutely need to know about for 2025. Alright, kicking things off with a classic that's gotten a serious upgrade, SIM swapping 2.0. You might have heard of the original version, where an attacker convinces your mobile carrier to transfer your phone number to a SIM card they control. In 2025, this isn't just a smooth-talking scammer on the phone anymore. Attackers are now leveraging sophisticated AI voice cloning and deepfake technologies. They can scrape a few seconds of your voice from a social media video or a voicemail, and create a perfect, real-time clone to fool a carrier's voice biometric systems or a human customer service agent. An attacker might start by gathering personal data from previous breaches. Your mother's maiden name, your first pet, classic security question fodder. The AI can adapt in real time to the agent's questions, pulling from a massive database of your personal information to sound completely legitimate. Once they have control of your number, they intercept your two-factor authentication codes. Bank accounts, your email, your social media, they can reset the passwords for all of them. The first line of defense here is moving away from SMS-based two-factor authentication and using authenticator apps or physical security keys instead. SIM swapping 2.0 proves that treating our phone number as a trusted, unique identifier is a flawed assumption. The combination of readily available personal data from countless breaches and powerful, accessible AI tools has created a perfect storm. It forces us to rethink how we authenticate ourselves and to demand better, more robust security measures. It's a wake-up call. Next up is something straight out of a spy movie: zero-click exploits. This is a hack that requires zero interaction. No clicking, no downloading, no answering calls, delivered silently through messaging apps, iMessage, WhatsApp, Signal. All the attacker needs is a phone number or username. They send a specially crafted invisible message or a data packet. That packet exploits a 0-day in the app's code. Once received, it triggers a chain reaction. It can cause a buffer overflow or memory corruption. The attacker then executes their own code on your device. The user is completely unaware. No buzz, no notification. Your phone sits on your desk as it's compromised. A successful exploit grants full access. They can turn on your microphone, turn on your camera, read your decrypted messages, access photos and files, track your location in real time. Phishing has been around since the early days of the internet, but what we're seeing in 2025 is a whole different beast. We're now dealing with AI-powered phishing. These systems use generative AI to create hyper-personalized and context-aware phishing messages. The AI scours the internet for your public information. Imagine receiving an email that looks like it's from your boss. The AI has analyzed your boss's public writing style and mimics it perfectly. The email references a project you just posted about on LinkedIn, uses the correct corporate jargon, and asks you to urgently review a document on a familiar-looking cloud service login page. The link leads to a pixel-perfect clone of the real login page. The AI doesn't just craft the initial message, it can engage in back-and-forth conversation, answering questions and overcoming objections with terrifying coherence. A single attacker can now run thousands of these highly targeted conversational phishing campaigns simultaneously. So, how do you fight a machine designed to fool you? Always verify requests through a separate, trusted communication channel. Everyone knows not to download apps from shady stores. But what if the malicious app is hiding in plain sight on the official Google Play Store? This is malicious app cloning. Attackers decompile a legitimate app, inject their own malicious code, then recompile the app, keeping the original icon, name, and user interface perfectly intact. You think you're downloading the latest version of your favorite photo editor, but you're actually installing a Trojan. While the front end works as expected, the malicious code runs in the background using overlay attacks to capture your username and password. We're all familiar with Bluetooth for connecting our headphones, smartwatches, but Bluetooth Low Energy has opened up new attack vectors. In 2025, we're seeing sophisticated BLE attacks that don't require traditional pairing. These exploits target vulnerabilities in the BLE protocol itself, An attacker can set up a device in a crowded public area, like a coffee shop or airport, that passively listens for BLE advertising packets. While these packets are often thought to be anonymous, new techniques allow attackers to de-anonymize them, linking a specific device to a user. They can then perform a man-in-the-middle attack by impersonating a trusted device, like your smartwatch to your phone or vice versa. This allows them to intercept, read, and even modify the data being transmitted. For a fitness tracker, that might just be your heart rate data. But what about a smart lock that uses BLE for keyless entry? An attacker could potentially capture the unlock signal and replay it later to gain physical access to your home. Other vulnerabilities allow for fuzzing attacks, where an attacker bombards a device's BLE radio with malformed data packets, causing it to crash, reboot, or enter a vulnerable state. The rollout of 5G promised lightning-fast speeds and a new era of connectivity, and it has delivered. But its complex architecture also introduces new security challenges. One core feature of 5G is network slicing, which allows carriers to create multiple virtual networks on top of a single physical 5G infrastructure. The problem is, if isolation between virtual slices isn't perfectly implemented, hackers can jump from a less secure slice to a more critical one. It's like being in a building with locked rooms. If a hacker finds a flaw in the ventilation system that connects them all, the individual locks don't matter. Another concern is increased reliance on software-defined networking. While this makes networks flexible, a software vulnerability could have much bigger impact than hardware flaws. Attackers could target the central SDN controller to reroute traffic, eavesdrop on communications, or launch denial-of-service attacks. For consumers, using a reputable VPN adds crucial encryption, creating your own private tunnel through the public 5G network. As 5G becomes intertwined with critical infrastructure, securing these complex, virtualized networks will be one of the biggest tech challenges ahead. Biometric authentication, using your fingerprint, your face, your voice, has become the standard. It feels personal and secure. Nobody else has your fingerprint, right? In 2025, methods to fool these systems are alarmingly accessible and sophisticated, beyond gummy bear tricks to high-resolution replication and AI-driven attacks. For fingerprint sensors, attackers can lift a print from a social media photo. A high-res peace sign selfie can be a security risk. Face ID uses 3D depth mapping and is more secure, but bypasses exist using detailed 3D printed masks or injection attacks that target the camera-to-auth pipeline. Our devices are no longer standalone islands. Everything is seamlessly synced to the cloud. Google Photos, iCloud, Dropbox, Evernote. This convenience creates a centralized target and new attack pathway, cloud sync hijacking. This isn't about hacking cloud servers, it's about intercepting data as it travels. On a compromised Wi-Fi network, an attacker can intercept authentication tokens your device sends. By stealing a token, they gain persistent access to your cloud account. They can view, download, delete, all without knowing your password. They become a silent, invisible observer of your digital life. Another version, data manipulation. Instead of stealing data, the attacker modifies it in transit. Imagine a journalist syncing a sensitive document. An attacker subtly changes words or numbers. Or the attacker injects malware into a software update file synced from a developer's cloud storage, turning a legitimate update into widespread infection. Best protection, use a trusted VPN when away from secure networks. A VPN encrypts your traffic, making it unreadable to local snoopers. Enable security alerts in your cloud settings. Many services notify you of new logins from unrecognized devices. Pay attention to those alerts. Mobile device management is typically used by companies to manage employee devices. It allows IT to remotely install apps, enforce policies, wipe lost devices. It's incredibly powerful. But what happens when that power falls into wrong hands? Hackers use social engineering to trick users into enrolling personal devices into malicious MDM profiles. The scam might promise access to a new app or free premium service. The installation requires installing a configuration profile. Buried in terms most people scroll past is consent to grant complete administrative control. It's like handing house keys to a stranger for free pizza. Once enrolled, the attacker has God mode access. They can see everything, your location, browsing history, messages. They can silently install spyware, intercept and decrypt network traffic, even from secure apps by forcing malicious root certificates. They can remotely lock your device for ransom or simply wipe all your data. Prevention requires extreme skepticism toward any service asking you to install configuration profiles or grant device administrator privileges. Our final topic, spyware as a service. Sophisticated mobile spyware was once exclusive to government agencies and elite hackers. Now that's changed. Polished, subscription-based platforms are rising. These aren't amateur tools. They're professionally developed with customer support, tiered pricing, user-friendly dashboards. For a monthly fee, someone can access powerful spyware. From the dashboard, they can view call logs, read messages, track GPS location, remotely activate microphone and camera, often marketed as parental monitoring but abused for domestic violence, corporate espionage, stalking. It democratizes surveillance, nation-state capabilities for ordinary people. So, there you have it. 10 of the most significant and, frankly, shocking mobile hacking techniques we're seeing in 2025. From AI-powered social engineering to silent zero-click exploits, the threat landscape is clearly more complex than ever. The purpose wasn't to make you throw your phone in a river, it was to arm you with knowledge. Understanding these attack vectors is the first step in building strong digital defense. Your awareness is the most powerful security tool you have. Remember, this information is for protection, not exploitation. The goal is to be a responsible digital citizen, to secure our own data and help others do the same. Keeping software updated, using strong passwords with multi-factor authentication, being skeptical of unsolicited messages, using VPN on public networks. The security of your digital life is an ongoing process, not a one-time fix. I hope you found this breakdown helpful. The world of tech and security is always moving, and we'll be here to cover it every step of the way. If you learned something new, hit that like button, and if you want to stay ahead of the curve on tech, make sure you're subscribed to the channel. Let me know in the comments which of these hacks you found most surprising. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.